Alright, welcome. Get a little destruction derby going on. Um, Oh, okay. Not paying much attention, apparently. Sure. What? What is this menu? This that's one way to do it. Anyways, see, this is Destruction Derby 2. So this is Infogrames, or Grams, how do you pronounce it? Which is, well, I think they're just Atari. It was like a division of Atari or something. We're off to a great start. And of course, as you know, Infogrames rocks my world. Either that or I'm just horrible. But anyways, this is the team that, jeez, almost harpooned myself. This is the team that made Driver. I believe Driver is actually their next game after this. Hey, I passed someone who wasn't moving. Haha, I am so good. Ooh. Oh, I'm sorry. I was wrong earlier. I said Infogrames. It was Driver 2 that was Infogrames, not Destruction Derby 2. Jeez, I just looked it up before I started talking to. I'm amazing.
Hey, go easy on the paintwork.
Oh, be quiet. But I thought I'd play this game. I've never spent much time with it. I've never been that good with it. The controls are something to get used to, that is for sure. But not tomorrow, but next week, I'm planning on starting my Stuntman playthrough. And so I thought it'd be fun to glance at a game from earlier in that team's career. Words, they're hard. Originally, I was going to play Tony Hawk HD, which I enjoy that game, but I've never been. Actually, this is part of the reason why I probably. This is probably part of the reason why I enjoy it. I've never been that good at the Tony Hawk series. Always thought they were fun. Was never that good at it. So I see all these people who are excellent at the old games, and they're talking about how much the controls changed and just how horrible HD is because it just doesn't feel like Tony Hawk. And I was never good at it, so I don't even notice. Wow, I should have lowered the amount of laps. But I was going to play that originally because there was an announcement of the Tony Hawk Pro Skater 1 and 2 coming out, being made by the same people who did like the Crash Bandicoot Insane Trilogy, I believe, Way Forward. And so people have high hopes for that because Way Forward has shown they're very good about reviving old franchises and staying pretty true to the original.
Hey, go easy on the paintwork. You wrecked your
Oh. He seems pretty excited there. But anyways, I'm really bad at the game, so that would require a little bit of practice before I start jumping into a race. Well, not to spend too much time chatting about Tony Hawk, but I'm actually kind of curious, like how rough the licensing was for that. It's Tony Hawk Pro Skater 5. That was rushed out the door because it was the end of the license, and so to get any more time, they would have had to pay for. They would have had to pay to renew the license. Which is why there was that whole thing about there being like a massive day one patch. It's because get the game out in time while they were still legally able to, they released a disc that didn't actually have the game on it. It had like the practice mode and the create a park mode. And then you, jeez, yep, I'm glad I picked the pro car. But then you had to like download the rest of the game. And since they did not pay to renew the license, it means that there was no like new version of the game that had everything on it. So as soon as that server's down, which I don't know, it might already be down, and that patch is no longer available, it means that you won't be able to play the whole game again unless you already own it. But somehow I don't think people are going to be selling like PS4s with Tony Hawk on them, Tony Hawk Pro Skater 5 on them, the same way they are with PT. So, way forward, I don't know who's all involved. I know they got some of the original, like the team from the original series to help out with certain things to make sure it felt like the old games. But so you got obviously Tony Hawk's involved because it's his name, it's his brand. But then they had to get, as far as I can tell, you'd have at least 2 licenses. You'd have Tony, who would own the name and everything, and then you'd have whoever has Neversoft stuff. Oh, that is a lot of damaged vehicle. No. Whoever owns the original games, they would own basically everything except for the brand license. So I wonder if it was hard to negotiate between everyone. Sorry, I'm rambling. Anyways, I'm looking forward to that, because even though I'm not good at the Tony Hawk games, I really enjoy them, so it'll be... Come on! I was there thinking, wow, I'm going to get a decent position because everyone's already dead. That sucked. I am not good at these games. Anyways, yeah, looking forward to Tony Hawk. You know, we're going to go for the rookie car. This series actually went on for a while. A little bit better, but still not controlling very well. I played some of the later like PS2 games that I do not think were made by the same team. Like I think a different company owned the license by then. And then actually I've been meaning to buy I forget what it's called, but there's like kind of a spiritual successor to this, I guess, that was, it started off as a like a green light game or whatever on Steam, and then eventually it started doing well enough that they started developing console versions. But that game looks really good. Wrecking Ball or Wrecking Race, something like that.
Hey, go easy on the paper.
Shut up.
Wow, total destruction.
But yeah, definitely gotta get that game sometime. So I love me some vehicle combat. Out of my way. 18th again, huh? So I remember, like, I think I had played a demo of this, and that was like my only experience with it really by the time Driver came out. But even though I didn't really have any experience with the game itself, it was still just like, ooh, there's a game where you crash cars. That means it's instantly awesome, and this game's made by the same people, so it's gonna be awesome. The simple logic of a child. Thankfully, Driver was awesome. Although I'll talk about that game more. If I kind of want to, I'll probably do this next weekend. I kind of want to play, do a video of Driver 1 and Driver 2 before I start Stuntman. Um, those games, I don't think I'll do like full playthroughs of them. Um, I mean, I think Driver One's an awesome game. I just don't think it would work well as a playthrough. Just that genre has changed so much over the years that Driver One would seem kind of repetitive and limited. I think. But I might do a playthrough of Driver 3 eventually just because that game is broken garbage, so I think it would be kind of funny to attempt to beat it. Holy crap, I might actually finish. But, but, let's see. Well, since I don't want to talk a ton about Driver, since I plan on playing it next week, when Stuntman came out, that got people pretty excited, because it was kind of in between, well, obviously it was in between Driver 2 and Driver 3. Driver 3 was a brand new engine, brand new console, and so, sure. Uh, that was kind of people's first taste of the engine, and it kind of, in some ways, it kind of gave people a false hope. I mean, Stuntman's a much more linear experience than Driver 3 is. Driver 3, like the first two games, it's a massive open world, multiple cities, and so open world games are a lot harder to find glitches and bugs in. Because you have to try a bunch of things in a bunch of different places. Whereas in a linear game, since you can only go in certain places, it makes it a lot more straightforward, a lot easier, I would assume, to hunt for glitches. So Stuntman comes out and it plays well. The only real problem with that first game is the load times. Like every review I saw complained about how bad the load times were. But the driving was fun. The team's known for the driving. And controls are better than this. The variety was pretty good. The kind of concept behind the game where you're playing out the stunts, and then after you do all the stunts for a movie, you get a trailer of the movie with clips of your gameplay spliced into it. Like, I loved it. It was so much fun. But seeing as that game played well, everyone thought, okay, well, they're going to knock it out of the park with Driver 3. And then there is a whole thing where the team, the publishing company, basically gave a couple magazines exclusive early reviews for guaranteed high scores. If I remember, I'll link a video in the description. Larry Bundy Jr. does actually, at the time of him putting out that video, it was like one of the only places where you could hear the story on the internet. Like, it was pretty much erased. But yeah, a couple magazines came out like, oh, 9 out of 10, this game's amazing. Everyone's like, yeah, finally, we're getting Driver's coming back, and it's taking it to GTA, going to retake its crown, and the game comes out and it's like absolute garbage, like so broken. But boy, I am rambling. Oh, I was going to take him. You don't need a radiator. Apparently I have oops, two camera views is what I was going to say.
There's flames all over.
My car's on fire. See if there's a. See what that practice thing is. Okay. So apparently I'm now in a stock car race.
Driver, start your engine. 3, 2, 1, go!
Jeez, I just hear a lot of crashing behind me.
Hey, go easy on the Roadkill.
It's like, well, my my stock car racing career has been cut short. So I've already recorded the final episode of my Metal Gear Solid playthrough. I'll upload that tomorrow. Um, it'll be a bit of a long one just because there's so many cutscenes. But I do want to do a bonus episode eventually for that. I don't know exactly when I'll post that, but I'm not going to do it quite like I did with the first game. So the Metal Gear Solid 1, it's pretty easy to unlock everything. You just gotta one playthrough, submit to torture, the next playthrough, resist torture, and you unlock all the items. Whereas in Metal Gear Solid 2, the items are unlocked when you find enough dog tags. I think it's pretty easy. I know I talked about this during the playthrough. It's easy when you're doing the tanker mission because there's only like, what, 20 guys in the entire area. So, and I think when you look at the dog tag page, it tells you it's like the name of the area where they are. So, not too bad. But then when you do it in the big shell, you know, it's a much larger space you have to explore, a lot more rooms. You have to make sure you remember when you're getting close to that room, like, oh yeah, I have to find a dog tag in here. And plus, you get in a situation where there's a lot of guys in a room, and one of them always radioing to say everything's all right. Holy crap! We're good. We are good. So what I'm going to do for that, I'm going to do the bonus episode with the PlayStation 2 version, and basically use a Game Shark to unlock some stuff. That will also allow me to, I think I will be able to just put in a thing for infinite ammo so I can use the stealth camo and have infinite ammo at the same time. But I'm just going to cheat like crazy. But I'll do that sometime in the near future, hopefully.
Watch it!
My word. And I think after this race, I want to do one or two actual demolition derbies and then call it an episode.
Hit the left.
By the time you got to driver, they had definitely improved the damage modeling. And the way they did it, they wanted it to look like you were getting damaged in real time, but it was kind of, they hit it. So, like, when you crash into something, there would be, like, a bunch of smoke coming off your vehicle, and when your vehicle was completely hidden by the smoke, yes, quit. when your vehicle was completely hidden by the smoke, it would basically change to a new model. So it had different models for different levels of destruction, which is a smart way to do it. Total destruction. I don't know if any of that matters when I'm just crashing. I think they kept on doing that whole like hide it in smoke and just have the new model appear. I think even Grand Theft Auto was doing that in like the early days. That went well. Bro, kill. How many seconds I even left in there? Did I win? I'm curious if they'll let me have any camera angles.
3, 2, 1, go! Wow!
Slow-mo, baby. Yep, that went well. They should show rankings. I want to see how many vehicles died before I did. The pit.
Driver, start your 3, 2, 1, go!
I tried.
Wow! Total destruction! Oh! Watch it!
I don't need a wheel. Is it now? We're going to do one in first person view. That's going to be interesting. Oh yeah, so earlier I was talking about would have been Ubisoft? Or if it was it still Infogrames. But anyways, whoever was publishing Driver 3, part of the reason they were panicking, like Driver 1 and 2 being like fully 3D and a massive city. There we go. My word. Like, even though you could do more in Grand Theft Auto 1 and 2, those being like a top-down game, there were some people, probably me, I honestly can't remember, but there were definitely people who would have looked at that like, oh, that looks like an old game. I want this. That looks like the future. So I think before I do the driver videos next week, I'll try to look up some actual numbers. But early on, I think Driver was actually doing pretty good, having like a. Oh, okay, cool. Just to practice. I think early on, Driver had an actual lead on the Grand Theft Auto series, but then after Driver 2, Grand Theft Auto 3 came out. It was a new platform, much more advanced game, but it blew Driver out of the water. And then I think it was like the very next year, Vice City came out, and they were still working on Driver 3. Like they had released Stuntman basically, so that people know, like, hey, we're still working on it. Here's a taste of what's to come. That didn't go well. And but the team was telling them like, yo, we can finish this game. We just need more time. And there's like, we don't have time. Like every day, people are forgetting about our series, and Rockstar is about to release San Andreas. So that was part of the reason why they panicked and decided to basically buy good reviews. Jeez. Yeah. Man, those back windows look awful.
Hey, go easy on the paintwork.
You be quiet.
Watch it. Your radiator's blowing.
Yeah, well, we're just gonna...
Wrong way.
No, we're going the right way.
Oh!
Alright, I think that's a good one to end on. I think I've rambled on enough. So thank you very much for joining me. Until next time, my dear friends, until next time.